and welcome to another exciting edition of Best MTG Decks Ever. I'm your host, Joseph, and today I'm bringing you a really cool deck, and I call it Aladdin's Ring. Let's take a look at it. Here is my deck, Aladdin's Ring, and I call it Aladdin's Ring because we run Aladdin's Ring. Aladdin's Ring it costs 8, and it has an activation ability. Pay 8, tap, and Aladdin's Ring deals 4 damage to any target. So when I was younger, when I was first playing Magic, I always wanted to use this card to win the game. However, I was never able to do that. But now I have. We are running 2 commanders. We've got Thrasios, Triton Hero, and Tymna the Weaver. Tymna the Weaver is just there so we can get some card draw. Thrasios is part of our win con. The ability on here that will help us win is 4 colorless. Scry 1, then reveal the top card of your library. If it's a land card, you put it onto the battlefield tapped. Otherwise, draw a card. So as long as we get infinite mana, we can basically draw our whole entire deck. So let's take a look at our win conditions and how we're going to make Aladdin's Ring work. All right, so we've got ISO Rev and Aladdin's Ring. This is how we make it work. So essentially, we use Isochron Scepter with Dramatic Reversal to create infinite mana, which allows us to draw our entire deck, which allows us to get silence effects and counter spells so that we can then cast Aladdin's Ring. Then we continue tapping Isochron Scepter with Dramatic Reversal so that we can untap Aladdin's Ring. We pump it full of all of our infinite mana, and then we deal 4 damage to everyone's creature and then all of their faces. We don't have to kill their creatures first, but we just want to cause maximum destruction. Next up, we've got Swift Druid, which is Devoted Druid and Swift Reconfiguration. It gives us infinite mana, which will allow us to draw our whole deck, which will allow us to grab ISO Rev and then do Aladdin's Ring and kill everyone and everything on our path. Next up, we've got Basalt Prodigy, which is Kin Bonder Prodigy and Basalt Monolith. Gives us infinite mana, allows us to draw a whole deck, grab ISO Rev and Aladdin's Ring, kill everyone. Now, you ask, what happens if we lose our ability to ISO Rev? How do we win? Well, we've got a little backup here. We are running Time Twister and Orcish Bowmasters and Noxious Revival. We will still use one of these infinite mana combos. Then we draw our whole deck, use a silence effect, counter spells to lock everything down. We will use Time Twister and Orcish Bowmasters in order to do damage to everybody. And then we will use Noxious Revival to get Time Twister back to our hand. And we'll continue looping Twister with Orcish Bowmasters on the field, which will kill it. So looking back at the deck, we are running 19 creatures. We've got a bunch of stacks and mana dorks. For sorceries, we are running a bunch of tutors and spells that dig for more. For instance, we've got a bunch of counter spells and things to lock down opponents. For artifacts, we're just running a bunch of the normal artifacts that we normally run in competitive. And then for enchantments, we are running Carpet of Flowers, Mystic Remora, and Rhystic Study outside of the normal combo stuff. And we are running 29 lands, just all the typical stuff that you see in competitive. So in order to make this deck work, I took a typical Thrasios and Tymna deck that was made for competitive, pulled out the other win cons, slapped in Aladdin's Ring, and that's how we win. So the deck works. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.